Facebook, Power 98.5. We're also live on YouTube. If anyone has any questions, if anyone is interested to ask David or Rich anything at all, go ahead and post a comment, post a question, and I will be sure to put it up on the board and let them know. So where do we start off? Rich, you're the face of the band. How do you like that position, that responsibility?
I think it's a good responsibility. I don't know. I like to get things done, so I try to handle it all like a business transaction, if you will. I mean, you know me.
Yeah,
We've worked together. I try to just handle everything like business, like it's everyday business, and it's still fun, you know. So I enjoy doing it at the end of the day.
Well, you take things, you know, with leadership, and you do very well at that. And with the press that's been featured about you guys out there, we all know, if no one else is familiar with the backstory of Breaking in a Sequence, Rich, you've been with the band how long?
About 2 years. It'll be our 2-year anniversary in like what, a week from now, David?
Yeah, something like that. I think so.
And this all started with a press release that ended up getting picked up by Blabbermouth.
Yeah, I think all the sites picked up this press release that the guys released back in, what was it, March or something like that of 2018. David?
What's that?
The press release that you guys released in March of 2018, trying to find a new singer.
Oh, singer search. Yeah, we put out a press release looking for a worldwide singer search, and we got lucky and found Richard.
Out of 200 submissions.
Something like that, yeah.
It was more than that, but I think you guys narrowed it down, right? It was a few hundred, if I remember my backstory correctly.
There were so many that was easily to just say, no, this is not right. It wasn't very hard to pick Richard. We knew right away.
And David, did Rich fall in a top 10, top 5, or was it, like you said, you knew right away and that was it?
It was between Richard and 2 other guys. And after Richard came down, I think before we even finished our first day working together in a rehearsal studio, everybody looked at each other and we just knew.
Yeah, so I thought it was 3 different. I thought there was 3 others, and I was like the last pick. I was the last one to come down. But they had been working with other singers. So when they put out their press release, I sent in my submission with my bio and all my previous work, and I didn't hear back from them. So I sent that in, I think, March. I sent it back right away. I didn't hear back from them until late July. Wow. And the email that I got back was, hey, better late than never. Try to sing something over this. And I was like, oh, crap. So I took that track, and I think I sent it back to them within, I think, a week, under a week. I sent them my version back. And after I sent them my version back, I didn't hear anything from them for at least a week and a half.
Did you think to yourself, oh, no, I screwed up, something happened?
No, so, you know, it had been so long since I initially sent the my response back in March, and then I didn't hear back till late July. I had already thought in my head, oh, I guess I couldn't cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess they didn't like what they heard. So I was just continuing doing what I was doing. And at that time, I was actually just singing over Craigslist bands, right? I'd go on Craigslist, find a band that was looking for a singer, and I would take their music and cut it and rearrange it into the arrangement that I liked and sing over it and send it back. So when I would send it back to bands would get mad that I would like cut up their songs and they wouldn't respond to me already, you know? So when I sent this back and they didn't respond to me right away, I was like, oh, well, they probably got mad that I cut it up too. Or they didn't like it, you know, but at that point, I didn't care. I was just trying to, you know, put together a good song.
Well, I remember in one of your interviews, you did that to a whole album with someone else. But I respect you for the fact to where you're like, listen, I'm taking what you have and this is my interpretation of it in a different way if you're open to listen.
Right. And I think that's what being an artist is, right? Like you have your own vision of how something is. And especially being a singer, you have to really put your vision out there, because that's what people hear and judge first. Is they hear the vocalist, and if the vocalist is no good, then they won't like the band.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Can you we got a surprise here. Hold on.
Oh.
Ron.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Once again today on Power 98.5 live on air with Steve and Cuoco. We've got Ron Poison, owner of Cult of Individuality Apparel. Told the guys I got a couple surprises for them, so let's get you over.
Cool.
It's not going to be Mr. Herb from Thompson Junior High, is it?
David, you ready? Ron, say hi to the guys.
Hey, Dave, what's up? How you doing, man? Is Rich there with you? This is Ron over at Cult of Individuality.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Good, dude. Loving the new single that's out, Delusional. Shit's badass. Oh, sorry, I can't curse. Shit,
No, you're
really
fine.
good.
You're fine.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Who's over there today with you guys? Just Richie and Dave, or you got Joe? The fellas all there? The two of you?
No, it's just us two.
Yeah, you guys are up early on a Sunday morning.
Rich has been sharing
It's
with us.
11.
What's that?
It's 11 over here. That's not right.
That's right.
They're West Coast, Ron.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, on a Sunday morning, actually, I'm usually strolling up about 12 o'clock now, too. But,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So how you guys been, man? You got that new video out looking good?
Yeah, we're still working on more music.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll
It's hard
tell
at
you.
work right now.
Listen, there's some of the singles you guys have released before. Pity, Hesitation, Change Your Mind. Those are all up in my playback section in the showroom at the studio in the city. Good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff.
And thank you for all of your support. Just from the very beginning, you supported us. So
Hey, man, listen.
come on this journey with us.
It's seeing Joe kind of go through navigating the industry, and then when you guys got together, when he sent over some of the tracks you guys were doing, man, I was like, wow, this is really, really, really good. And I know Joe knows that I can be brutally honest with stuff and some things I've heard in the past, but this is you guys are really onto something here with bias, and that's why I wanted to hook you up with Steve, because what you guys are doing, you guys are too good to kind of lay underground, and the world needs to hear what you guys are doing. So I'm glad you guys have hooked up. And unfortunately, with this COVID, it's definitely affecting, the music industry, and being out and hearing this live music and getting you guys in front of these audiences that you need to be in front of. But dude, your message, your sound is phenomenal, Dave. I mean, you're one of the best drummers I've ever seen. And Richie, man, your vocals, dude, great.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to thank you too, Ron. And I told the guys, because of you is what brought us all together. So it's been very serendipitous. And at the same time, I'm really impressed by all five of the guys.
Yeah, man, they're first and foremost just great dudes. And I mean, when you put great guys like that with a lot of character and very humble, and their work ethic, and then the great things that they sound amazing, and the music they're putting out is amazing. It rounds out the whole package. So yeah, phenomenal. Glad you guys have hooked up, and we gotta get these guys out in the eyes and the ears of the world, dude, because they're just too damn good.
And your apparel helps too,
Agreed.
because I know you sent some apparel to them.
Yep. These guys have been rocking. I'm very fortunate that the music industry has embraced the Cult of Individuality brand. We're blessed to kind of navigate all genres with the brand being the music being the core soul of what we do. We're not just rock, hip hop, it's country, it's Latin trap, and we're blessed to kind of navigate and cross pollinate all genres with the music being the core soul and identity of the brand, and the denims. And all the apparel, the jackets, the shirts, the whole thing. Dave, I understand we got to switch you out a pair of jeans too. Joe was telling me.
Yeah, I think the jeans you got were too big.
Yeah, we got to switch you out. Well, I guess he thought you were bigger than you were. No worries, dude. We'll straighten that out for you.
That means David must be hitting a gym hard these days.
But he's a beast.
Joe just probably transposed it wrong.
Yeah. Listen, it could have been me too. In all fairness, I could have looked at that bone typo. Who knows? But listen. When you're drumming, dude, you're not wearing jeans anyway. You're wearing shorts the whole time. We should be getting you shorts. Absolutely. We should be getting you sweat shorts and stuff like that. Yeah,
absolutely. Can you get the bass drum beaters caught in the pant leg?
Yeah, Rich was sharing with us a little bit of the backstory about how he started with the guys and his brilliance with, really taking music in the creative aspect and showing and, the enhancements of where a team, a group of people can go when there's synergy and where there is real team effort.
Yeah, it's incredible. I know you. I know Bass did that whole a competition audition, and Richie. They found Rich, in that forum, and definitely. I mean, he's. I've seen and heard what he's done. Doing recording, writing a lot of the lyrics and stuff. And these guys kind of, operating because Richie lives a little further away from the rest of the guys and doing their thing. And really, they're. Listen, for me, I'm glad you guys are hooked up, and I'm speechless because I play this music in my showroom often, and people will come in from all different walks of life. They're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's my friends in the band Bias. Oh shit, that's cool. I never heard it before. They got a good sound, and there's been some people who have said, oh, they have a little bit of a Seven Dust kind of a feel. Which take it as a compliment. I think that's a compliment because I think Seven Dust is a very good band too. But I've heard people like to make analogies always of they have similar something. I think you guys have your own unique sound, but being in that vein of a Seven Dust is I think a compliment. And for as much as they've accomplished,
I agree.
Yeah. Same.
Well, Ron, thank you very much for joining us today. Is there any shout outs you want to give, any drops that you want to offer the listeners right now on Power 98.5?
Oh shit. You caught me at a loss. Listen, just make sure you guys are following Bias on Instagram. Check out on YouTube. Check out these guys are on Spotify and Apple Music. And while you're at it, check out Cult of Individuality on Instagram. It's Cult of Individuality. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Check out the website. You'll see a lot of the artists. You'll got videos of these guys there as well. They did an amazing an acoustic. Rich and Joe did an acoustic performance for us. I think it's in our Instagram Live videos stored on an Instagram Live. Check that out. They did a phenomenal job. And shout out Steve, 98 Power 98.5. You guys you're great. I love what you're doing with all these artists and whatnot. So we're always creating. We're always connecting. That's what we got to do, especially in this world today. So. Bless everybody and be safe and be healthy. And Richie, Dave, will be talking with you. Steve, same, talking with you as well. And let's keep this movement going.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all the support, man.
Thanks,
all right,
Ron.
fellas.
Thank you for everything, man.
You're very welcome. All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Take care, Steve.
Bye-bye. That was awesome.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's good. Good guy.
We need to go into about delusional. What inspired you to get to that level of sound and tone? If I'm putting it that right way, like, was that intentional? Because it's very, very different than the opening song that I played.
Well, when we first started as a band, we kind of wanted to be more of like a semi hard rock band. So like a rock band with little harder elements. And then we stumbled upon writing Pity, right? Where I think our very first iteration of Pity, I just sang the whole thing and it just didn't feel right singing it where the music was a little bit harder. So I added more grit to it and I started like screaming again. And, you know, when I was younger, I would scream through like entire songs, but you know, I'm an older dude, so I kind of wanted to just sing. I didn't want to scream again, but that song called for it. So I started screaming on that. And once that happened, it added some aggression to the band that we didn't think that we needed, but it just felt right. So that gave us a taste of getting heavier. And as we kept writing, the songs have gotten heavier and heavier and heavier, but they've also gotten more melodic because that heavy contrast makes the melodic parts really stick out now. So I think one day I showed up to practice and the guys had worked out the music for Delusional, and I was like, wow, this is great. And we just started playing it, and I think the first vibe, I just started screaming. That opening scream I did that like the very first time we all played that as a band. And I remember Chris Dorame looking over at me going, what the hell was that?
Yeah, we've definitely found our groove now, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I looked over at David and he's playing with his entire body. He's like really into it. We were all just into it. It was just like, wow, this is really heavy. This is really cool. So then, you know, we just went with it and we've been writing like that ever since.
I'd like to ask David, with all the experience, the decades of experience you've had in your career, where does all of this sit with you today when it comes to the success and the recognition of Breaking in a Sequence and what you guys are doing as a team, as a family?
Where does it fall?
Yeah. Like for you personally and professionally.
Personally, I'm having more fun than I've had in many, many years playing music with anybody with these guys. I think the music is top notch. I think Richard is an amazing singer, as well as song arranger. Full on can arrange songs beautifully. And I think we've stumbled across kind of a mixture between maybe mid to late 90s music sound with current sounding vocals. And I couldn't be happier with it. I think this band's great.
And with that, what do we have to look forward to coming up? I would say at least by 2021. Did you guys sort out anything when it comes to the concerts or performances, the live performances more specifically that were planned? Would the fans have that to look forward to next year if things don't open back up this year?
We don't have anything booked yet, but we are going to be releasing singles about every 90 days. Up until then, we have enough singles recorded to release one every about 90 days.
To take us into next year.
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, as soon as we find out shows are being booked, I mean, the first thing we'll do is try to hopefully get on an opening slot for a bigger tour. But I mean, we haven't even really talked to many people about that yet because no one's even seen the end of this thing. So we'll have to wait a little while longer before we get into that.
Perfect.
Yeah, but in the interim period, I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I know people want music from us, so we're going to give everyone what they want. We're going to give them a new single roughly every 90 days. So before 2021, there will be another single out there. We're trying to determine exactly which one we want to release, but come October, there should be another one for everyone to look out for.
What would each of you say, and I'm going to start with you, Rich, for anyone who's looking to get involved in music, to work with other music artists, or even those who are seasoned and been in the industry for years, what would be the number one golden advice that you can share, Rich, from your experience to help make someone else's life easier?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, I don't know what I would tell a seasoned veteran in the industry because I don't know what I don't know, so I haven't been in their shoes. But from where I'm standing, I would say make sure you always keep it fun, because when it's fun, you put more energy into it. When it's not fun, it's kind of daunting. Make sure you know your craft, and always strive to be better. So don't be afraid to sound dumb because no one starts off good. Everyone will start off sounding or looking dumb at whatever they try. So it's about persistence and practice, and you just keep going,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the two pieces of key advice I give to everyone. One more thing is, make sure that you take criticism from the right people and understand it properly, because there'll be like producers or other songwriters that will give you ideas, and you need to take their advice, especially if they have more experience than you, because they're trying to teach you. And there's not a lot of people in the industry that want to share their knowledge and everything like that. So you have to take that, you have to be able to gauge what people's intentions are. But if you can find someone that wants to teach you something, learn all you can.
Perfectly expressed. David, you?
I would like to build on what Richard said with in this time when there's no live shows, every band should take advantage as much as they can to write and record music while there's no live shows happening. And, maybe every couple of months release a single just to keep their songs and their band relevant in the scene. But also, be in shape to rehearse your old songs. So as soon as this COVID thing opens up, you're ready to hit the road immediately.
I like that. And thought we had the second caller calling in, but in a moment, you're going to like this one. Not just yet, but probably within about a minute, because I know I want to go ahead and play Delusional live here on Power 98.5. The video, I'm going to say you guys did exceptional on it. Here's the other caller. Hold on for a moment. Mike.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing awesome, Mr. Mike Martin on Power 98.5, live on air with Stephen Cuoco. You ready to get over to the guys?
Yeah.
All right. Mike, you there?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, we had
What's up, guys?
Mike Martin, baby.
Hey.
It's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Long time no talk.
Yeah,
Who are you?
man.
I think I saw you less than 12 hours ago.
Yep.
I'd say so.
To everyone tuning in, Mike Martin is the guitarist of Breaking in a Sequence, also known as Bias. And do you have a couple minutes, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
All right. We're going to go and listen to Delusional live. I wanted to purposely wait until you got on the phone so we can just share in this experience together. And then any Q&A, anything that you want to share, if anyone else has any questions or comments for Mike, Rich, or David, please let us know. We are on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live, and we are live on Power 98.5 satellite radio. So I'm going to mute you guys for a moment. We're going to go in. We're going to play this drop, and
Let's hear it.
let's hear this going. All right.
Innocence within your head is digging in. Now you're starting to see arrogance, so delicate and desperate. Your trophies remain unseen. You decide to go my life. Your pal, you're so considerate. Kinda like you're hopelessly living now beyond your means. Kinda like your delusions are wearing. Elegance is wearing thin, indifference, try to feign the machine. Benefits, limited, tools in the set, you still don't have what you need. You decide to run and Kinda like just jealousy, acting like you're sensitive, nothing like the clarity. Your pal, you're so considerate. Kinda like you're hopelessly living now beyond your means. Kinda like your delusions are winning. Delusions are winning. Fever and needing, screaming out the meaning. Fever and needing, screaming out the meaning. So this is how we know what this song means to you. So this is how we know what this song means to you. So this is how we know what this song means to you. What this song means to you. Kinda like just jealousy, acting like you're sensitive, nothing like the clarity. Your pal, you're so considerate. Kinda like you're hopelessly living now beyond your means. Kinda like your delusions are winning. Delusions are winning.
Damn, Rich.
Yeah, that hurts. Just listening to it hurts.
Are you drinking
Sounds like it hurts.
hot tea with lemon or anything before or after?
No, actually, when we tour and stuff like that, or when we like record, I use something called a nebulizer. So the nebulizer, it basically moistens up and cleans my my vocal cords, so they're good and lean and pushing air properly. But it's all technique. All that stuff is technique. I'm screaming, but I'm not screaming very loud.
Brandy, I've seen her before on your page. Brandy Washington Nelson. She says, "Hi, Mike," and she's given a rock on hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
She's a really nice fan. She comes to all our shows, shows a lot of support.
Yeah,
She's very.
she has. She's showed to a lot of shows. I want to say she's close to being our #1 fan.
Yeah, she drives from Burbank. We played in Hesperia and LA and OC. So it's nice when people come from far away to see us. That happened a few times when we were on tour. When we were in Utah, people came from about an hour and a half away to come see us. So that's always nice to hear.
Kenny,
yeah, that's cool.
Kenny Whitney, he's here to show his support. He also said, "You guys have the perfect balance of melody and heavy," by Kenny Whitney.
Exactly true.
Thanks, Kenny. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
He also says, "Naive or Leave Me Be should be the next single."
He knows. He's been following he's been following us for quite some time. I want to say right when we, came out of the gate in 2019, he was like right there. So he knows some of the songs that are on that we tracked already. But Kenny, we might be releasing something else. It's going to be a surprise. So be on the lookout, dude.
Yep.
Fabio.
This will be a surprise.
Bertagia, I love modern metal and Delusional is my favorite song. I love everything about this song, vocals, guitars, bass, and drums. I love hearing other songs as well.
We will slowly be feeding other songs, for sure.
Yes, and thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Mike, you got anything to share at all about, this family that's really working so well for you guys personally and professionally? This five member of this band.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
How do you feel with the family that you've got now, the solidarity, the unionship with, you, Rich, Chris?
Yeah, it's great, man. I've known Chris, Joe, and Dave for about 4 years now. So it's just great. Just, we have good friendship. Everything's great. It's always nice to be around these guys.
Let's see if anyone else has anything. Not seeing any questions here at all. David, is there any drops or anything you'd like to add at all that we haven't covered? Once again, you guys have covered so much in the past, and I know your fans and supporters and even new fans have Googled you guys. So I didn't want to go too far back and, having you recycle old content. You guys are solid. You're here. A lot of people know who you are, who Bias is, breaking in a sequence all around the world. We see it in the comments on social media. We see it, even in the comments here on Facebook Live. So with that, how do you guys feel about, once again, where you're at in your life and moving forward, whether it be Mike, Rich, or David?
I mean, I think everyone feels good about it. It's very unfortunate due to this COVID thing that everyone's kind of on a lockdown, but at least we have quite a few songs we can release every 90 days or so. So hopefully, I mean, if we release all the songs and the COVID thing is still going on, it's going to be a fucking real bummer. But I don't think it's going to happen. But we wish we could be out playing live shows, but we have to do to keep everyone safe, of course. So I think we have enough singles to get us through until everything opens back up, and then we'll be happily playing shows on the road, hopefully.
And the next single's not going to be out until November, right?
I want to say October.
Okay.
I would say mid-October, depending upon schedules and everything.
I'm not saying this in being sarcastic. I mean, it would be a great PR stunt, but how the Grooge or was not Grooge, what was it? The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the remake that was done. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song. I believe it was someone on the East Coast ended up doing it. I think it'd be really great if you guys could take a Christmas song, whether it be, something of the Scrooge or something about Christmas, and really turning it into, what you guys do best. Seriously.
That's pretty funny. I just said that yesterday at practice.
Yeah, he just said that at practice yesterday.
Could you imagine us doing White Christmas from Bing Crosby?
I'd do it the Sinatra way. I would do it the Sinatra way. We'll just do it that way.
Wow.
Everybody has to be drunk as hell, though. We have to get really drunk in the studio before we did it. And smoking cigars.
I'm going to need some auto-tune then.
Yeah.
Randy just said, y'all should do a live show on Facebook or YouTube. Is that anything you guys talked about?
Maybe.
We have actually talked about that.
Yeah. So like some of our new content that we're going to put together, we're going to do some rehearsal footage with the sound from our in-ear rig and just upload that stuff. So we're working on that. We're trying to work out the details behind it. So you guys will get the latest versions of the songs we've already released, you know, because they've already changed as we play them live. You know, we've changed, you know, some things about them. Pity is a little bit harder than it used to be, and Hesitation's a little bit harder than it used to be.
So,
and the cool thing would be that the sound everyone would get would be live, but off of our mixing board, so it would sound really good. And what would be cool about the videos, everyone would get a chance to see us in our own rehearsal studio, so they would know where we write all the music.
Yeah, kind of like join in, play along at home.
well,
Thing.
We could take them through a tour of our front office with guitar stacks, cases stacked up to the ceiling, and a refrigerator full of beer, and then we can take them to our bathroom, show them the shit stains on the toilet.
We'll show them how we have guitar picks just laying around on the ground. It'll be great.
We'll try to catch Fuzzy Bear Chris on the toilet.
oh, oh,
I'm just kidding.
I was
It
hoping
was
you
a
weren't.
joke.
Or are you?
I was hoping
we would
you
never
weren't.
do that.
I would.
No, we would never do that.
Oh,
Everybody knows we go in and shut the doors, do not disturb.
okay.
Yeah,
I would have.
our double door.
I was thinking of bringing him a bowl of porridge and honey if that was going to go down like that.
Oh man.
I think more like a 12-pack of Coors Light would do it.
Okay.
Let's say 18.
Yeah.
Mike, any closing thoughts? Anything at all? You know, I know you're working today, aren't you?
Yeah, working over here. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody for showing their support, and keep looking forward to new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking your time out of your day to interview us, man.
Yeah. Well, we got to get you on more often. As I shared with Dave and Rich, I think it would be great is to, bring you guys ever so often, not just when you got or when you have a song that's coming out, but to come on like a co-host, and maybe we can just, talk topic or whatever's going on that interests you or what's going on, in the world. It just keeps you more relevant and offers more, here I am, we haven't gone anywhere. We're not going to let this coronavirus situation, stop us, or the shutdown in California stop us. And I think we need to get you on the radio more often. I know for a fact we need to.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds good.
So Rich, David, definitely stay on the phone. I'm going to close out. I'm going to recap with Delusional. Mike, do you want to stay on, or do you want to get off?
I can stay on.
Okay. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions? Brandy, thank you again for all your support. Kenny, Fabio, and Chris. Let's see here. He didn't have anything to say, but he's just saying he gave a fire emoji.
He's gonna burn down my drum set.
Either that or he's lighting a match in the bathroom right now. I'm not sure.
Chris, no comment.
He's picking up lighter. He's at Home Depot picking up lighter fluid right now.
Come on, Chris. I thought at least a comment or a question. Jeez, even if you wanted to call.
Hey, I said we would never break in the room. That was a joke.
You're going to be fine, David. Don't worry. You're going to have a drum set to go back to. If you don't, you're
to go back to.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Believe me, between the five of us, we torture the fuck out of that bathroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
We beat the shit out of it every practice.
And the problem is you guys probably don't have any Clorox or Lysol on the shelves at all out there, do you?
It's actually pretty clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah, we don't projectile, shit on the walls or anything. Just into the bowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I think we are good. I don't see any other. We have a new comment. All right. Thank you, Brandy. She's giving laugh out loud faces emojis.
See, you talk about taking a crap and everybody loves it.
They do love it.
Potty humor.
Well, if there's nothing else to talk about, I'm not about having stale air. I'm going to tell you, this was a great interview. We covered all the important stuff. We got the song Delusional aired as a live drop on Power 98.5. Thank you to Ron Poison from Cult of Individuality Apparel for coming on today. Mike, Martin, thank you for being with us as well. I knew I wanted to get at least another band member on, but I didn't want to say anything to Rich or David because Rich, I know that your mind works just like mine, like you plan everything out and lay everything out very much in an organized sequence. Like the way I
and you just broke it. God damn it!
I broke it because I did not because if you knew, okay, Ron was coming on, Mike was coming on, then what were you going to do and break through? So I just wanted to have it unfold just organically.
I have a different script. I would have used. I would have used the other script.
There you go.
When you go out of your bedroom, just twist the doorknob 4 times, and it'll all kick back into normal.
Oh wait!
I wish I could have saw Rich's face.
Yeah.
Roberta Munoz. Forgive me, Roberta.
Yeah.
I hope I pronunciated your last name correct. What to go? Or I'm assuming or believe she's saying, "Way to go, guys."
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta. All right. Well, we're gonna close out. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to Delusional one more time. And
all right.
Is there anything that you guys would like to share before we head into the song and closing?
For all the people supporting us, so we look forward to releasing new music for everyone to hear.
Yes, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome. Mike, you have anything?
No, I'm all right now, man. Thank you. Just thanks to all the fans too. Hopefully we get to see everyone soon.
Yes. Hopefully sooner than later with this COVID crap.
Yeah, we're all itching to get back out and play and do what we love to do. It's taking a toll on everybody.
It is. And
everyone in the world, you know?
It's going to suck to the fact that if this continues to go through the holidays, I really, like, my heart really goes out to those that are struggling with depression and anxiety, substance. You know, people go through enough, and, you know, health is very important. Being responsible is very important. But there is a level of care that needs to be addressed and understood, that not everyone is a multi-million billionaire who lives off of making money off of other people's money to where they can just sit at home and live on their yacht. You know, people are out there, you know, we have an economy, we have a world, and money flowing because of people who work at Applebee's or Starbucks or Walmart. You know, everybody is essential. Everybody is important. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with living in comfort. But at the same time, especially those who live off of other people's money and hard work, without them, you wouldn't be writing your checks.
Yeah, this COVID thing has really taken people down to some dark places. I mean, spousal abuse, child abuse, depression, drug use has all went up big time. And it's pretty sad. I mean, that keeping people secluded to their home has really fucked up the head of a lot of people in society, made some pretty difficult situations for a lot of family and even, you know, single mothers, single fathers with children. It's really taken its toll on the country. So we need to get the shit cleared up and get everyone out in the open and get active again, get people talking with other people again. You know, people need to be around their friends and school and socializing. It's important.
Absolutely. And
and music makes the world go round, right? Music is the universal language, so music unites.
And you guys don't get paid enough.
As soon as this thing's over, I think everybody knows. As soon as this thing's over, the market is going to be so flooded with tours. I mean, it's going to be like everyone's going to be thinking, okay, do we have an inclination it's going to end next week? If it is, let's start booking a year worth of tour dates right now. So the tricky thing is we've got to be ready to, as soon as we get the word that the lockdown's going to end and the social distancing is going to end, we need to be right on it booking shit. Like the minute it's released, we got to start booking shows.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's as long as, the politics of the state and its government doesn't chokehold everyone. I mean, we have here in Jersey, there's a guy down in South Jersey that kept his gym open. And I believe what was said on the radio, and I'm not paraphrasing here, is that they're fining him $10,000 for keeping his
a day.
Yeah. For keeping his gym open.
I saw that. Yeah. Him and his partner actually finally got arrested.
They did.
Yeah, they're out again, but I don't know if they're continuing to keep. At one point, they actually took all their gym equipment out, put it in the parking lot, and put every piece of equipment 6 to 8 feet apart. I'm thinking, what, are they going to leave that shit out? I mean, thousands of pounds worth of equipment they put in the parking lot. It's crazy.
Wow. No, I didn't hear about that part.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I saw it and I was thinking, oh my God, is someone going to sleep there and cover all that shit at night? What if it rains there? What are they going to do? Yeah, the whole entire gym, they moved it out to the parking lot. It was crazy.
And imagine, like, how can you prevent thievery? I mean, we're talking thousands upon thousands of dollars, especially a lot of these gyms rent that machinery. They don't own it. Now, I don't know about this guy if he owns it or not, but Planet Fitness, they rent their equipment. So it's like,
yeah,
the liability.
I know for a while, the two gym owners were sleeping inside of the gym.
Really?
Yeah, they stay at the gym all one of them was there 24/7, so they were kind of switched off. But yeah, they were sleeping in there. So this stuff everyone needs to try to keep their head on straight, be patient, keep means talking on the phone with your friends or FaceTiming with people. We just have to all fucking stick together, ride this thing out, try to keep our head on straight, not go crazy, try to maybe take up some new hobbies you can do from your house, and anything you can do to take your mind off of being secluded to your house and keeping away from your family and friends and going out to places and socializing. I mean, it's now as important as time as any to really try to just dig deep and try to find things to keep your mind busy, because people staying at home and trapped in their home is not good for their mental side of things. So we got to, everybody's got to kind of pitch in and try to take care, calling friends, FaceTiming friends, family, all that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I find it very interesting. As you guys know, I have to go to New Orleans to get photos done for my representative, to for the station's campaign and everything that we're all doing. And we're mandated that when we come back here to the Northeast, we have to quarantine for 2 weeks. It's like, why is that? Because no one else is quarantining when they come to New York or come to the tri-state area. So it's like, I'm all about protecting other people, but it's like, if business has to get done. And I said to a family member, when I said, I've got to leave and in a couple weeks. And he was like, with everything that's going on, I'm going to tell you, back in 2012, when the Americans we're told don't travel to Mexico, I ended up going to Cabo, and I seem to do things when they seem to be at its most dangerous sometimes. But I look around and I'm thinking, I'm not putting myself in harm's way when every day when we walk out our door, when we get into our car, when we get there on the interstate, okay, when we get into a plane, we're always taking severe risks of either losing our life or benefiting our life. And my thought of it is that when I see a situation, especially with this going on right now with COVID, do I stay locked up? Do I not go anywhere? what the heck do I do? So I'm like, you know what? There's no running from this. One way or another, I'm going to get out of this house, and I am going to have to leave. If not, you know, what multi-million billionaire is going to be paying my bills?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. When you go to Louisiana, do they require quarantine coming from New York, or they just open?
No, it's coming back. They require it.
It's coming back into New York. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know if Louisiana required it or not.
No, when I go there, actually they're doing better from several of the people that I know that live there, even a representative that's there. It's like getting better. But the problem is here in the Northeast is when they are sending out the restriction paperwork, it could be a week or 2 weeks old. Like it's not updated. So it's like our dental offices just opened back up on the 20th of last month. Didn't even know it because I've been needing a prophy, you know, a cleaning. You know, I'm past my 6 months because of all this. And they were going over all the list. And I'm like, how old is that list? Oh, it's about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm like, well, I need an updated list. Like, do I need a quarantine when I come back? What do I need to do to notify you guys? Because I have an appointment before I leave and I have an appointment when I get back. Because not only, you know, we going through all this, but to even get into the dental office, you're looking at about a month to a month and a half behind because they're playing catch up. But yeah, to anyone out there, if anybody's in dental, just to let it know, be known on record, I am a licensed dental radiologist, and I am a licensed dental assistant. I'm just not currently practicing. And anyone, especially to the governors and mayors, especially that are out here on the East Coast or anywhere, anyone, and I understand dental, we have to be very careful. But in general, the stupidity of saying that dental is elective when our health, a scientific medical fact, begins with the mouth for the people with diabetes, heart, you know, issues, all of that, and to completely shut down dental services was, I couldn't believe it.
Pretty much a scientific fact. If you let your teeth go, it affects your whole entire body.
It does. It does.
Yeah, it does.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, it's weird, but it does. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know about you guys. I was about ready to get on a plane and fly out to Vegas just to get a dental cleaning, and I'm not bullshitting either.
Yeah, I think I have one coming up in about 4 weeks.
Oh, double check, see if we have any more comments or any questions. If not, we are going to close out with.
This is our dental hygiene segment.
Yeah.
Never, ever have I ever thought that I would be on a conversation with David Silveria about dental hygiene.
Why not? Why not, Rich?
Let's talk about feminine hygiene.
Oh, no.
You see, once a month for 5 days. Soothing starts coming out of the vat.
No.
You see how Mike's quiet, right?
All right, I'm done.
Mike's not chiming in. He's leaving that alone. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining Mike, Rich, and David.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Stephen.
You're welcome. Breaking in a Sequence, also known as Bias. We're going to close out playing Delusional, their latest single on Power 98.5.
Innocence within your head is digging in. Now you're starting to see arrogance, so delicate and desperate. Your trophies remain unseen. You Delusions are winning. Elegance is wearing thin, indifference, try to feign the machine. Benefits, limited, tools in the set, you still don't have what you need. You decide to run and hide. Only touching. Couldn't like just jealousy, acting like you're sad. Nothing like the clarity of how you're so considerate. Couldn't like you're hopelessly living out beyond your means. Couldn't like your delusions are winning. Delusions are winning. Fever and needing, screaming out the reading. Fever and needing, screaming out the reading. So this is how we know what this all means to you. So this is how we know what this all means to you. So this is how we know what this all means to you. What this all means to you. Acting like just jealousy, acting like you're sad. Nothing like the clarity of how you're so considerate. Kinda like you're hopelessly living out beyond your means. Kinda like your delusions are winning. Delusions are winning.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.